What's up, guys? Welcome back to Down the Track. The IPL is back, and so is our player rating segment. In this episode, we will be rating the players for the match between CSK and the Mumbai Indians. Brilliant win for Chennai Super Kings. It looked like it was all over in the first 2-3 overs, but they came back strong thanks to Ruturaj, Gaikwad, and some fantastic captaincy and bowling from the Chennai Super Kings. So let's start off with the Mumbai Indians. We'll rate their players, and then we'll go on to CSK. For Mumbai, I'll start off with Quinton de Kock. I felt that he was poor with the gloves, dropped a catch of Gaikwad, which proved really costly. You could say, sometimes those stick in your hands and sometimes not, but I felt that he could have done better and actually taken that catch. With the bat, he looked good, timing the ball nicely, got a good delivery, I felt. So I'm going to give him a 3.5 out of 10 for Quinton. Moving on to Anmolpreet Singh, he actually impressed me for whatever duration he batted. 16 or 14 deliveries, one six and two fours, and some really nice flick shots as well. One nice cover drive, and yeah, he did impress me. He will learn from his experience. The way he got out, Chahal getting him bowled. He will learn from that, and I think there is some talent here. And if he can, learn from his mistakes and look to improve, I think there is something that Mumbai can work with for sure. Moving on. Surya Kumar Yadav, I thought he was poor today. Want to see more maturity from him. It's not always about slam bang getting those boundaries. I think he should have taken a bit more time, rotated the strike a bit more. A false stroke over there, and perishing early. 3 of 7 deliveries. I'm going to give him 3 out of 10. Mumbai need him to step up, and it's okay. You can't step up every game, but like he needs to learn from this. And it's not only about boundaries. If he just consumed a few deliveries, he would have. Really helped Mumbai chase this target down. Same thing with Ishan Kishan. I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10. A couple of good shots, but then again, one shot too many. It's about rotating the strike, trying to find the gap, which I don't think he did in this game. Moving on to Saurabh Tiwari. Saurabh Tiwari, I felt that he hasn't played cricket in a while. He's a bit overweight now as well as compared to before, but he's still, stuck in there, grinded it out of 10. I think, captaincy, a few decisions he could have done better, especially with the field placement when they got the early 3-4 wickets. I felt he could have been a bit more aggressive with that. And then with the bowling changes, maybe bowl Bumrah a bit earlier, kept him on like when he brought him on, and then even at the death, things were a bit panic stations. He could have maybe calmed stuff. And with the bat, I felt his wicket was the game changer. He got a really good delivery, to be honest, from Hazelwood, and couldn't do much with that. But if he stayed there, they would have probably won the game. But apart from that, I think he bowled decently as well. Didn't pick up a wicket, but he was economical. So I'm going to give Pollard a 5 out of 10. Krunal Pandya with the bat, unfortunate. Honestly, it wasn't really his fault. It was a run out, but he did struggle a bit. He wasn't looking fluent, but for me, it was more with the ball. He was a bit too expensive. He needs to get that line and length right. Batsmen will go after him. It's not like it's not. The pitches aren't tired right now. They are fresh, so you won't get as much spin as you will later on in the tournament. But I think he still needs to vary his length a bit more, be a bit smarter. Read the batsman, see where he's looking to hit, look at his feet as well. So I'm going to give Krunal Pandya 3 out of 10. I think it's very expensive today. And didn't contribute with the bat. Adam Milne, I'm going to give him 9 out of 10. Picked up a couple of wickets, and I think he bowled really well with the new ball. Economy of just 5.25, picking up 2 wickets. Fantastic spell. He had a brilliant 100. He's a man in form, and if he can continue to bowl like this, Mumbai will actually have a very, very lethal bowling lineup for sure. So Adam Milne, I am going to give him a 9 out of 10. I think I was very impressed with his performance. Raucher, I think he was economical. He did a decent job. Didn't pick up wickets. He was unlucky. I think he could have picked up the wicket of Ruturaj, but couldn't drop that. So not to his fault. But give him 7 out of 10. He'd want to himself to pick up more wickets. Bumrah, 7 out of 10, picked up a couple of wickets, but a bit expensive in the death. I think that's something him and Bolt will both want to improve. They're brilliant bowlers. They will come back strong. And you can't be containing teams every single time at the death. So these things will happen. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 because I know from his standards, he'd be disappointed with the death bowling. With Bolt as well, I felt he bowled really well with the new ball. He was fantastic. I'm just going to give him an extra point, even though I think it's slightly more expensive than Bumrah. I'll give him an extra point because I think he picked up those early wickets and really put pressure on Chennai. If he didn't pick up those wickets, who knows? The score could have been 170, 180. And honestly, they could have wrapped them up under 120 if, they got the bowling changes and field settings right. So I'm going to give Bolt a 8 out of 10 for Trent Bolt. That wraps up the Mumbai Indians player ratings. So let's move on to Chennai Super Kings and start off with the man, the star of the show, Ruturaj Gaikwad. Fantastic knock, absolutely sublime. Things were falling apart around him. The calm MS Dhoni also getting out, but this youngster kept his cool. He batted wonderfully, he timed the ball brilliantly. His shot selection was outstanding. He can play, offside, leg side, straight as well. And his timing is just fascinating. The way he times the ball is just, brilliant to watch. I'm going to give him a 10 on 10. I think, especially the situation that Chennai Super Kings were in at the start of the game. What was it? They were 3-4-2 and 7-3, sorry. And Ambati Raidu also getting retired hurt. So 7-4 literally. And he stood there and he built a partnership with Jadeja, and then he just took control and just batted brilliantly. In the death overs as well, he found the boundary. He's a small man, but he can clear that boundary. And a lot of that is to do with his timing. And yeah, credit to him. 10 on 10 for Ruturaj Gaikwad. Faf to Pussy, I'm going to give him a 2 out of 10. He's not fully fit. I'm not going to be too critical in that sense, but he's a big player. They rely a lot on him to give the start. There's a lot of expectation. So I'm going to give him 2 on 10. And next time, hopefully he can, find his feet. He's coming back from injury, so I don't want to be too critical. Moeen Ali, 5 on 10. I think with the bat a bit poor. That was a loose shot, especially with that offside field. He should have been a bit more careful, played it on the ground. But with the ball, I think he was economical. He did a job, especially when the two left-handers came to bat. It was Saurabh Tiwari and Kunal Pandya. I think Moeen Ali did a really good job on them, didn't let them get under him. And it allowed, Dhoni to put bowlers on the other end to pick up wickets. It put pressure on the batsman on the other end. So I think a good spell there. So 5 on 10 for Moeen Ali. Ambati Raidu not available. I'm not going to rate him because he unfortunately retired. Hope he feels better. Suresh Raina, again, 2 out of 10. I have to be more critical than Faf because, Faf is coming from injury, but Raina looked out of sorts, especially with that short ball. He looked out of sorts. Bowled one for the over already, and still Raina was shaky after that, playing on the back foot when he knew that he's not going to bowl another short one because that would be called a no ball. So I was a bit surprised with Raina's approach. He looked shaky. That short ball is going to cause him problems. He will need to be a bit more confident, be more authoritative. Let it go. Wait for that, one bounce if needed, one for the over, and then just go play on the front foot. I think that's something right now. It's been a problem with him all his career, and hopefully he can find some solution now. So Raina 2 out of 10. MS Dhoni 7 on 10 for his batting. He batted poorly. That shot was it was a good shot, but unlucky. It went straight to the fielder. But apart from that, he that's kind of uncharacteristic from Dhoni. You'd expect him to rotate the strike a bit more, but fair enough. He was going for the big shots. For me, I'm giving him a 7 just based on his captaincy. Bowling changes were brilliant. The way he brought in Hazelwood, fantastic. Field placement, unbelievable. Even that catch at covers where he placed Raina there just a ball before, brilliant. Outstanding. This guy's a magician when it comes to captaincy. He knows exactly what to do at what time, and he slows the game down. He bides his time. He understands the situation, doesn't panic too much, communicates with the bowlers as well. So I'm gonna give him a 7 on 10. Fantastic captaincy from MS Dhoni. Jadeja, I'm gonna give him 4 on 10. Even though actually I'll give him 5 on 10. I'll give him 5 because he stood there with Gaikwad when things were falling apart. So I'm not gonna criticize that strike rate, even though it was below 100. But it was needed in that situation, especially on a tougher pitch and with everyone getting out in front of him. So I'm gonna give him good marks on his batting, but overall I'm giving 5 on 10 because with the ball I felt he could have done better. He got hit for a few boundaries. Again, like Kunal Pandya, maybe he should flight it a bit more instead of just spearing it in. Both of them, I feel they're trying to bowl a bit too quick and use their variations. People will get after them, but they need to come up with a solution, especially when the ball is not turning. So, Jadeja, 5 out of 10. Dwayne Bravo. Honestly, if it was any other game, I'd give him 10 on 10, but I don't want to take the limelight away from Ruturaj Gaikwad, so I'm going to give Jadeja a 9.5 out of... Bravo, a 9.5 out of 10. Superb with the bat. He just came from ball one, smashed it all over the park, lifted that score past 150, and then with the ball in the death overs, those slower deliveries, Dwayne Bravo, remember the name, fantastic. 9.5 out of 10 for me. Thakur, 7 on 10. I think he bowled decently. He bowled well. Picked up the crucial wicket of Surya Kumar Yadav, so kudos to him for that. And I think extras is something he'll want to work on, especially when the games are close and stuff. You don't want to give these free extras, so that's something he'll want to work on. But I think he did a decent job. 7 on 10. Deepak Chahar, fantastic. provided the breakthroughs in the power play. That's what he's known to do. Whenever there's a hint of swing, he'll exploit it. And there seems to be swing here in Dubai right now. So, Deepak Chahar picking up wickets in the power play. That's what he is brought in to do. 9 out of 10 for him. Hazelwood, a bit expensive, but what a wicket of Pollard. Fantastic. He came on and straight away he did exactly what Dhoni asked of him. Brilliant bowling. I would like to see how he bowls at the death as well. But honestly, if I was Dhoni, I would use him more early on. I think his line length is impeccable. I think he can extract swing as well. Him and Chahar are a really good opening partnership. And yeah, let's see how it goes. But for this game, I'm going to give him 7 on 10. That wraps up the player rating, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions, please do let me know. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, take care. The IPL is on, so we'll have content for you as much as possible. So take care and have a good night.